The Shart Karate Chronicles, Max's Sharts take on the Bad Breath Brigade, Chapter 1, a stinky new problem. Things had finally settled down in Shartington. After the whole poo people fiasco, Max and the Shart Squad were ready for a break from the town's strange problems. But one morning, as Max sat in class, a new menace made itself known. Ugh! What's that smell? Maya whispered, holding her nose. Max sniffed the air and gagged. It wasn't the usual smell of a Shartington fart. This was different, sharper, sour, and downright awful. It's bad breath, Jake groaned, leaning back in his chair to escape the stench. But it's coming from everyone. And it was true. All over town, people's breath had turned rancid. The stinky odor was spreading like wildfire. But there was more to it. Max's Sharts, which had become a part of his life after living in Shartington, started acting strange. They weren't just the usual, embarrassing blasts of air anymore. They were stronger, smarter. And Max had a feeling they could help solve this stinky new mystery. Chapter 2, The Shart Strike Back. Later that night, Max was in bed, thinking about the town's bad breath epidemic when he felt it, another Shart coming on. But this time, instead of groaning in embarrassment, Max sat up. Wait. Something's different. Max's Shart didn't just escape and vanish. It stayed in the air, swirling around like it had a mind of its own. The strange gas took the shape of a tiny figure, bowing to Max before landing on the floor. What the? Max whispered, staring at the tiny gas figure. Can you understand me? The gas puff nodded. Max grinned. I think my Sharts can help us with this bad breath problem. But we'll need to train them. Chapter 3, Shart Karate Training begins. Max called an emergency meeting with the Shart Squad, filling them in on his strange discovery. My Sharts have changed. They're smarter. And I think we can train them to fight. Fight what? Bad breath? Maya laughed, but she couldn't deny the idea was intriguing. Together, the group set up a training ground in Max's backyard. With the help of some online videos, Max and his friends started teaching the Sharts basic karate moves. At first, it was messy, literal gas explosions everywhere, but soon, the Sharts learned to punch, kick, and even high kick in midair. By the end of the week, Max's Sharts were agile, fast, and ready for battle. Chapter 4, The Bad Breath Brigade. The next day, the bad breath problem hit a new low. People in town were coughing and gagging, unable to escape the terrible odor. Max and the Shart Squad decided it was time to act. But just as they were about to head out, they heard a noise from the center of town. Max and his friends rushed to the scene, only to find a group of evil-looking dentists wearing all-black uniforms, holding tubes of stink spray. The Bad Breath Brigade, Maya gasped. They're the ones causing this. The leader of the brigade stepped forward. Shartington will be ours. We'll stink up this town so bad, no one will want to live here. Max clenched his fists. Not if we stop you first. Chapter 5, The Shart Showdown. Max called his Sharts into action. The small, gas-like warriors hovered in front of him, ready to fight. As the Bad Breath Brigade unleashed their stink spray, Max and his friends sent the Sharts flying into battle. It was a showdown like no other, tiny Sharts performing roundhouse kicks, spinning in midair, dodging stink spray left and right. Max's Sharts hit the brigade with all their might, delivering karate chops and kicks that sent the dentist's tools flying. The brigade fought back, but they were no match for the Sharts' speed and agility. One by one, the Bad Breath warriors fell, knocked down by Max's invisible army of gas. Chapter 6, A breath of fresh air. By the time the dust cleared, the Bad Breath Brigade had been defeated, and Shartington was safe once again. The Shart Squad stood in the middle of town, surrounded by grateful townspeople, as the last of the stinky odor disappeared. That was amazing, Jake laughed. Who knew Sharts could be so heroic? Max grinned, giving a small salute to his Sharts. They've got moves. With the town's breath finally back to normal, the Shart Squad had once again saved the day. And while Max knew this probably wasn't the last weird problem Shartington would face, he felt confident that whatever came next, his Sharts, and their karate skills, would be ready. The end. For now, let me know if you'd like any changes or more adventures for Max and the Shart Squad.